Hi everybody, welcome on into Walkin' On. I'm Jordan Ham here in Tempe, and we are getting closer and closer to the college football season. And let's start things off with what's going on with the Arizona State Sun Devils. Jalen Moss, an experienced wide receiver, came in this offseason from Fresno State, looking to make some noise within this offense. Before Moss landed with the Sun Devils via the transfer portal, he reached out to his old college quarterback over at Fresno State, Mikey Keene. Keene's one of the most decorated quarterbacks to ever come out of the Arizona prep ranks, and he gave some high praise for this Arizona State program.
You know, that's my guy, you know, all love to him being over there at Michigan, but, you know, he told me it's a good place out here. You know, he helped me, you know, figure out, like, yeah, this is a good place out there. You're going to be straight. You ain't got to worry about much out there. And another guy, I don't know if you might know him, but Jacob Holmes, he's from out here too. So, you know, with those two guys being, they were able to tell me, like, yeah, it's a good place. You know, don't worry about it. Like, I feel like you'll fit in there. And shoot, I'm fitting in quite well.
Moss also saw firsthand how now ASU offensive line coach Saga Tuatele can impact the culture of a program. Coach Saga held the same position at Fresno State during Moss's freshman season with the Bulldogs.
His energy, you know, he comes with it every day. I even remember from freshman year, he'll bring it. Shoot, we're getting play calls, and you can hear him in the back screaming, yelling, you know, trying to get the guys right and things of that nature. But you know, he brings the energy. You know, that's the guy you want on your coaching staff, especially for the front line. They're the center. They started off, so you know, you want them to start it off right. And with Saga, I feel like everybody gonna start it off right with Saga up there. So.
Well, Javan Robinson stepped up in a big way quite a bit last year, and oftentimes when the lights were brightest for ASU, the defensive back had some big interceptions, big pass breakups when the Sun Devils needed it most. And that goes back all the way to his childhood and lessons he learned from a family member to step up when it's called for.
My dad instilled that in me when I was young. He always told me when the game's on the line, like, are you going to be the one that step up or fold? Like, are you going to be the one that the team picks on, or are you going to be the one that the team knows not to go your way? And I was always, like, took that into consideration, just always, like, you know, if a big play need to be made, I feel like I'm the one that needs to make the play. I hear my dad's voice, like, are you going to be the one that saves the day, or are you going to be the one that people blame it on? So I always just think of that, and I just find myself making a play somehow.
And for this year, it is no question, this is Sam Leavitt's team. The quarterback is hearing the Heisman hype. He's hearing about All-Americans, potential NFL draft this year. But he's trying to keep the main thing, and his coaches are continuing to reiterate the opportunity they have at hand if they stay focused on what's right ahead of them.
Yeah, I think it was, you know, a mix of one, just growing up, always going to get more mature, and two, yeah, figuring out, you know, what I need to do to progress myself, not only as, you know, my personal oneself, but, you know, as a leader for the team and a leader for the program, you know, everything to do with that. So, yeah, I definitely had people who were mentoring me and going out of my way to find people who are going to help me.
I would say Sam's grown the most just in how he carries himself. You know, he still has that passion and energy, but you don't see his frustration every single play anymore. And I think that's part of maturity and growing up. I saw the same maturation process in Bo from Auburn to Oregon. He's just becoming a better leader, and I think he's becoming way better at the quick and intermediate passing game.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Walkin' On. For all of your college football coverage, make sure to keep it to sports360az.com.